Hey guys, welcome to the Dirt on Gardening podcast. This is season 2 and it's episode 5. And we are going to have a special guest today along with the chocolate botanist and urban gardening with Gray. And I've got some great news. We are actually going to be on Apple Podcasts, I believe. The back episodes that are archived will be on there. Also, we will be on Spotify as well, like a real podcast. So I'm really happy to announce that, and thank you guys for the support. You're the reason that we've gotten this far. I want to bring up the rest of the crew. We've got Urban Gardening with Gray, we've got the Chocolate Botanist, and we have a special guest today too. Are we bringing the special guest up now, or are they coming later?
We're going to have the introduction of the special guest.
Yeah, right. We got an intro. We got to roll out the red carpet.
Introduce yourself, guys, first.
Well, you know me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood gardener, Gray here. How's everybody doing today? Oh, you know what? Before we do, all right. So we always like to talk about what we did this weekend, and I have to share something with you guys. Can I please tell you?
Yes.
You tell me.
All right. Now, Andre, this is right in your wheelhouse, dude. So, all right, I went on Temu, and I bought a fruit tree. Now, I know I was like, ooh, this is a gamble, but it was like $13. So I was like, I can afford to take a gamble for $13. And so, you know, of course, the picture was this beautiful Hass avocado dwarf variety. I was like, oh, that's going to be perfect in the greenhouse. Let me show you this thing.
Oh, I'm ready.
This is what I got. This little stick. Now, Andre, correct me if I'm wrong. Avocados do not have thorns. I don't think this is an avocado.
It has thorns?
It has thorns. So there's no telling what this is.
Now you have to grow it out.
It might just be a stick. It's like a stick in a pot.
It's got roots on it. So I'm like, we'll see. So now I have to grow it out to see what this is. So this is a $13 fool around and find out fruit tree from Temu.
You know, when it does fruit, you can actually just name the whatever fruit it is, just Temu avocados.
Temu avocados.
It's probably a tomato plant. So hello, everyone. I'm the chocolate botanist. I'm not going to be as deep and sultry as Gray. You know, he came on with a radio disco jockey voice, and I don't have it. I don't have it. So I'm just going to be me. Hey, everybody, chocolate botanist, plants and stuff. What did I do this weekend? I don't remember. Last week, I was at the governor's mansion. That was cool. And making contact with the governor.
Why were you at the governor's mansion?
So black farmers are amazing to society and to the world, right? And I think of all the farmers, like only 1%, maybe 2 are black farmers. So Governor Josh Stein here in North Carolina was like, let's celebrate y'all and give some of the black farmers here in the state the Longleaf Pine Award, which is the highest honor in the state. So I got to see some phenomenal black faces in the governor's mansion having a black old time. And that was freaking phenomenal. In addition to, as I was busy last week, I went to NC State, my alma mater, and I talked about soil science, which is poignant to what we're talking about today.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. And let me tell you about my weekend.
What you do?
I was in Mexico, and you know all the news that's happening in Mexico. Everything's crazy or whatever. But I went down there for my birthday. My wife gave me a birthday trip where I could be down there and just have the guys come down. So the first weekend was a bit of a golf trip. The second weekend was supposed to be a fishing trip, but the weather was really bad. But on the last day that I was golfing, I don't know if you saw the video of the boa constrictor.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see my ball. Oh, so anyways, so we're golfing. My buddy hits his ball in the woods, and I go in there to look for balls, and there's a boa constrictor there. About a 5-6 constrictor. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. So, you know, I was going to catch it, but, you know, people get all funky about you grabbing snakes in the wild. Why you bothering nature, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so I didn't catch it, but I got some really good footage of it. It's really cool. But anyways, as I'm leaving to go to the airport, I'm leaving right from the golf course to go to the airport. That is when sort of all, you know, the hell with the cap with the lowercase h started. And they had the highway down to one lane because they were checking every car coming through. And then I didn't understand what was going on. But at the airport, there were like all these ambush points where they had a bunch of police officers with automatic rifles, just like strategically located in different points as you're driving to the airport. It was something to see. And later on, I found out that the police had killed the head of one of the largest cartels in Mexico, and the cartel was not happy about that, so they were causing mischief.
Is anybody else listening to this story and hearing Andre talk, and it feels like Andre's life should be like a movie? Like, I would go and watch the heck out of that movie. I mean, because I was sitting there pitching him with these snakes, because I bet you were that kind of kid that walked around with like snakes and frogs in your pocket and stuff. So you start as a young Andre, and then you grow up to you fighting for your life, escaping Mexico. Like, I would watch the heck out of that movie.
It's way overblown. It's way overblown. Like one of the guys I'm with, he's not Mexican. He's just vacationing there with me. He stayed 2 extra days because his wife came down Sunday, and he said last night at a casino making money and going to a bunch of different restaurants, and he's living his life like nothing even happened there. So I think it's a little overblown, and people don't realize how big Mexico is, right? So like from Puerto Vallarta to Playa del Carmen is probably like a 30-hour drive or something. Like it's not close to each other.
Gotcha.
Well, pretty much since you own a lot of land in Mexico, I'm sure you would be safe. But, because you got all that acreage. But I definitely could see your life being a movie where you're walking around carrying the snakes. You're like, I'm a dentist, not a law enforcement agent, and you're fighting through all of Mexico, giving 100-watt smile. You have different moves named after different toothpastes. Aim and Colgate. Crest is a good move, the super move.
Don't we have a guest today?
All right,
what I tell y'all, I can get into it.
Let me tell you guys about our guest. Thank you for being here with us. We are honored to have one of our favorites join our show today. We talk about the product all the time, and it's one of my favorite sponsors of the show, and that's our product, Thryve Roots. We are fortunate to have the owner and creator of Thryve Roots, Tiffany Davis, with us. Please, everybody, welcome Tiffany to the show. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. You guys are one of my favorite podcasts. I love you guys so much. You guys are just so funny. Listen, and let me tell you. You just said that you guys on Spotify. I am a Spotify, I am the Spotify queen. Okay, so I will just be on there looking. I think I watch, but I'm on the Snapped. I got to look at the Snapped. You guys know Snapchat.
The Snapchat?
No, the Snapped.
No,
it's like when the women snapped. It's a
that. They got a podcast for it?
Okay. Oh, that. See, Andre, we got to get you on that one.
I don't actually listen to any podcasts at all.
But your own?
Except my own. He doesn't listen like 4 times a day. No. I get the numbers up.
Get the numbers up. So, yes.
Andre has unique taste. You have to keep that in mind. He has very unique tastes. So he definitely probably wouldn't like Snap because it would remind him too much of raisins and watermelon. So Tiffany, with that being said, tell us about your product so the people can know who you are and what you be doing.
Well, thank you. So basically, Thryve Roots is a soil amendment. So we amend soil. We are a 0 NPK, which means we are not a fertilizer. I say that all the time. We are not a fertilizer, but what we do is we help your soil kind of create that healthy ecosystem. So we are here to create healthy microbes, which you absolutely need if you're going to use fertilizer. We actually help with the water retention so that you don't overwater, so that your soil can actually retain water. So, it's an interesting product because there's not a lot to be said about a soil amendment. Some people call it a soil conditioner. We like to say a soil amendment because we just say it amends the soil, the traditional word. But that's what we do. It's simple but not easy. It's a simple product. It smells amazing. It is all organic. We are OMRI listed, which means we can say that we are truly organic. Our inputs are organic, and we are used for all different type of products. So we can do your house plants, which is your plant enthusiast. We also have a berry formulation. So if you have blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, any berry terpene profile product. We have garden, which we use for, thank you. We have garden and we have citrus, which is for your citrus. So like I said, it's a phenomenal product. And I'm not saying that because we formulated it and we sell it, but I think what people don't understand is how important your soil is. And I think you guys do a really good job on this podcast, just trying to educate. Oh, thank you. Just trying to educate, our plant enthusiasts or our farmers, even if you're in your urban home or you have acreage, like you wanted to talk about, Andre with his acreage in Mexico. It's for everyone. And I think soil is so important, so important for your plants, and your crops.
Well, Tiffany, I'm glad you mentioned that because first of all, Death Kiss Miss is like one of our super fans. She's here every single episode.
Aww.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad they got some berry blend.
Love that.
I love the smell of it. And my wife, every time, she comes home, she can always tell when I water. She's like, did you water today? It smells great in the house. Like, yes, I did.
Yes. Thank you. And that's one thing that we really wanted to, when we worked on the formulation, I mean, a lot of, the healthy products, if you will, or the organic products for your soil does have an interesting smell, right? Not so great smell. So when we were able to really formulate it with our botanical extracts, which is your lavenders and your rosemaries and those types of botanical extracts, it was really helpful in maintaining the smell so that you do want to water. What we tell when we're struggling with this a little bit, so you guys can help us, just because it smells good doesn't mean you need to, water more, right? Because we get that, Andre. I know we get that. It's like less is more, right? Because the soil amendment is going to help retain the water. So, we laugh about creating a candle, right? I've had people ask me, do you have a room spray? Can you make a room spray? And honestly, like I'm thinking I'm gonna create a little volumizer, and put in there. So listen, so that you don't overwater when you feel the need to water and it's not time to water, spray this in your home. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm listening to my people out here. Yeah.
But I love that idea because having that olfactory system being triggered every time it's time to water, that goes back into something Andre does all the time. It's creating those habits with permaculture, right? You're creating those healthy habits to have you do the right thing at the right time. Yes. And Derek, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, man. I know you my heavy-handed brother. You love to water, so maybe we need to get you some more Thryve Roots, man.
Well, I think we do, because the thing is, I got it in this house somewhere. I don't know where I put it at. Again, my house is looking like one of them hoarders' house right now while I'm trying to get stuff moved around. But it does smell so amazing. And I think you hit the nail on the head that this amendment isn't something that means water more. It just means you do it when you regularly water as the plants need it.
Right.
Now, let me ask you a question. I don't, I've used it in Mexico actually, and I love it. Is there anything biologically active in it, or is it just creating the environment for the biology to be better?
It's doing a little bit of both. So it's definitely creating the environment for it to be better, right? So that's it. But if you look at so the components of it is the lavender, we have rosemary, we have citrus, depending on which formulation you have. And if you look at that, what that does is it helps increase your terpene levels. And your terpene levels, if you're looking at any type of fruits and vegetables, they all have terpene profiles. So it's going to increase your terpene profiles, which is going to put off the ability to have the microbes. And then we have a special, if you will, portion of the formulation that has microbes in that. So not only is it giving it microbes, it's also creating the environment for it to also create more of them in there. The one thing that I think that it's also great about it too is that, you know, we need pollination, right? Pollination is important for plants and crops. So it will help create the healthy pollination. You'll see more butterflies, you'll see more bees, you'll see more things like that that is helping to pollinate it, just given from the formulation. So between the secret sauce, which is introducing the microbes, right? And then all of the botanical extracts that we add to it, then it's going to help create that ecosystem that you need. And then it's going to help those insects that pollinate, the healthy pollination, because as you guys all know, when you're pollinating, it's introducing those healthy things into the plant.
Yes, absolutely right.
Most
And now that is perfect because, guys, see, on this episode, you're getting some new vocabulary words. You're getting terpene profiles. We're talking about microorganisms. And, you know, I am a self-proclaimed flower fella. So anything that I can get my flowers going, I'm all about it. Now, Andre, isn't this interesting? Because that's what our topic of today is. We're talking about the nutrition for plants. Now, we were going to be talking about NPK, and we're going to be talking about what is it? I lost the word. Vocabulary check.
Microbes. Yeah, microbes.
Microbes.
Yes. Micronutrients. That's the word.
Okay.
And now the beautiful thing is with Thryve Roots, we don't have to worry about impeding on those micro and macronutrients. We can actually use it in conjunction with, but actually, Tiffany, am I correct in the fact that if we're using Thryve Roots, we won't necessarily have to use as much of our NPK or our micronutrients because we're increasing the access to those nutrients already present in the soil, right?
Correct. And so it's also going to help with the uptake of your nutrients, right? So if you think about a soil amendment, or some people say a soil conditioner, the way that I like to explain it to people is, here's the thing. When you look at like a B12 shot, right? So I love this, our bodies, I make this because I think it's a good analogy to help people understand what our product does. You know, we all understand B12, right? Everybody tells you you're tired, get a B12 shot, take more B12, right? That's what we do. But our body naturally produces a B12, right? But we do deplete it, right? It happens for whether you work too hard or you're tired, or your body just doesn't naturally create and produce enough B12s to keep your energy high. Think of, and it's not B12, but think of Thryve Roots as similar. Thryve Roots is basically going to increase, it's going to give you a natural boost, a natural increase, right, to your soil. So just like someone tells you take a B12 shot, it's natural. You have it in your body already. You're just putting something in there to help increase it. Think of Thryve Roots as it is your soil already, your roots already have those things inside of the soil. What we're doing is we're helping boost the intake, the uptake of it. So if you were to use fertilizer, if you were to use any other type of NPK in your soil, we're going to help increase the uptake of that, right? So instead of you needing a 666 or a 7, you know, people go crazy with the fertilizer, the NPK. I tell people, once you start using Thryve Roots, there's 2 things you have to be careful of. You have to be careful of overwatering, because Thryve Roots is going to help increase the uptake of the water. It's going to help water retention. It's going to amend the soil to help water retention. And it's also going to help the uptake of any nutrients that you have, right? So not only, and then when it helps that nutrient uptake, it's also going to then take its natural microbes and the natural good bacteria, and it's going to then give it longevity in your soil. So you're going to need less, and you're going to need a lower amount. So some people, you know, we like to over-fertilize, which burns our roots, and it creates all types of problems for our soil. A lot of times, the reason why you're burning your roots, because 1, you're putting too much fertilizer, NPK. Your plants don't need that. You're not outside people growing crops. I tell them all the time, you have houseplants. They are indoors. Okay, stop with the fertilizing. Stop, right? That. It doesn't need as much water, but when you start to use Thryve Roots, you're going to see that your soil is going to create a healthy ecosystem that we all need for our roots and our plants to thrive.
Yeah, nice.
Amen to
Let's
that.
back up a little bit here because
I can't hear Andre. Is he saying something to me?
You can't hear me?
He said, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tiffany?
Hey,
Can you guys hear me?
I can't hear.
Yeah.
I
Tiffany,
can hear
check your headphones.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, so sorry guys, we're having just a
Okay,
little
can
bit of
you?
technical difficulties.
Of course we are. Tiffany, can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I can't hear Chocolate, and I
Okay,
can't hear
Andre, try it
Andre.
again.
Okay. So can you hear me now?
So what are you saying to me?
No,
Okay, so I don't know what's going on. So he said,
weird.
go ahead and ask that question, Andre, and we're going to do
I
telephone.
can hear you.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
play
can
the
hear-
telephone game.
Okay, all
I
right.
know. So you got
I just want to say, like, we are throwing around some terms like NPK, and there will be people that do not know what NPK is. So I think we should start off with the basics and sort of just put it out there. What is NPK? What's the relevance of it? Blah, blah, blah.
Right. So
Well,
that
you
is a
know
very
what?
good point. We should talk about what NPK, what macronutrients, what are micronutrients, so people know exactly what we're talking about. Because sometimes, in the gardening world, we get so kind of brought into our own jargon that we forget everybody is not on the same growing speed. So you're absolutely right. So Derek, would you like to introduce us into NPK? What is that term?
NPK, so this is not a fraternity that the plants go and pledge into, but your NPK is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These are the 3 essential nutrients that all plants need in some level, some way, shape, or form in order to live and grow. Unlike us, where we can go to a Cookout or a Bojangles or a Bonchon or a Papa John's or any other place. I'm very hungry right now, even though I just ate, to get food. Don't judge me, judge yourselves. I started thinking, I was like, ooh, delicious ice cream. Even though we can go and do all these things, right, and we can get all this delicious food, plants don't have that capability. They're just stationary where they are. So those main nutrients help them out. Nitrogen is for protein synthesis. Phosphorus is for, I had this memorized. Phosphorus, one is for enzyme, and then the other is for carbohydrates in some way, shape, or form. I can't remember what they are right now. I got on a tangent. I got hungry in the middle of my tangent and it disappeared. Okay, it happens.
Let me help you out. I got
Help me.
All right. So when we're talking about NPK, N is for your nitrogen. P is your phosphorus. K is your potassium. Nitrogen is for your leafy growth. Your phosphorus is going to be for your root development and going to be for your blossoms and your blooms. Your potassium, that's going to be the overall vigor for the plant. So that's the way you think about it. Think about in nitrogen, it's going to be your leafy growth. N for nitrogen, P for your root development and your blooms, and then your potassium, overall health of the plant.
Beautiful. That works perfectly. Now we got an echo because somebody got us playing double. Okay, I think we're good now. So with that being said, that is what we need that NPK for, and that NPK is important to the basics of the plants. Now keep in mind, fertilizers have other nutrients, macro meaning your plants need them in large amounts, and micro needing they're needed in relatively small amounts. 17 of them. That is...
We got the echo.
It's Tiffany's end.
It's me. Hold on. I'm trying to get my speaker to hear you. Okay, let me put on.
There we go.
Go.
Boom. Okay, there we go. So with this, I think she muted us. Okay, can you hear? So if you can hear Andre, we're going to throw a thumbs up. But the biggest thing is NPK is important. Your fertilizers are important. And with a fertilizer amendment or a plant amendment, it is not made to feed your plants, but to increase the health of your plants and or its resistance to disease and pests.
And their ability to feed, right?
That's right.
So
now, Andre, with that being said, like, all right, so what does that mean for you and like your food forest?
Well, for me, it mostly means that throughout most of the year, nitrogen is going to be a big thing in my garden. When it's time for fruiting, phosphorus is going to be more important, right? Phosphorus is something that you want something higher phosphorus ratio or number if you want to get more fruit. If you have a ton of if you overdose nitrogen, you're just going to get a lot of growth and you're going to get no fruiting. And then the potassium, that's something you'd probably want in some level throughout the year. I believe it's potassium. Is that the one that washes out real quick from the soil?
That's going to be nitrogen. Nitrogen is going to be the one that leaches away.
Nitrogen the fastest.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. See, now I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people don't know the mobility of those macronutrients in soil. Nitrogen, you can honestly lose a lot of nitrogen through a couple of heavy rains. So nitrogen is something that we constantly kind of have to amend the soil with, but also after a heavy rain, you can get a nice quick dose of nitrogen from like lightning in the air, but it's only trace amounts. Macroorganisms like your earthworms add nitrogen back into the soil as well. Your phosphorus and your potassium, they're not as mobile. So your phosphorus, pretty much, it's going to sit there. It can stack. And so you got to be very careful when using your phosphorus because if you add too much, you can end up leading to all kind of other deficiencies because you've essentially burnt out those crops like Tiffany was talking about before. Now, potassium's kind of right there in the middle. It's not as quick as your nitrogen and it's not as stagnant as your phosphorus, but is going to be a little bit slower, but it does eventually leach away as well. But take it from there.
Now you jumped right over one thing. You mentioned lightning and rain, right? And I remember I heard this for the first time. I think last year was the first time I ever heard this thing. But apparently, when there's lightning in the air and there's rain, like a thunderstorm, there's actual nitrogen in the rainwater that's coming down, and it's actually better for your crops. Well, if you need nitrogen, I guess it's more nutrient for your crops if it's during a thunderstorm. I did not know that was the thing. Like, to me, that was like amazing to hear that. Like, it's one of those things that you hear and you think is probably fake.
Yeah. But you know what else too? The cool thing about rainwater, dude, it's also slightly acidic too. And your plants actually prefer. And that's another good point about your plants because pH totally matters with your plants and its ability to be able to uptake nutrients.
Yes.
Yeah. So Tiffany, did you see our question we had there about the compost?
I did not see it. Sorry, I was trying to. What about adding? Yes, you can add Thryve Roots to compost. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think it's actually really helpful because as compost is actually helping you, obviously, with your healthy microbes, you're feeding your plant. Thryve Roots is going to help kind of what we say boost it, right? It's that boost that you have. So, people ask like, hey, where can you put Thryve Roots? You can use Thryve Roots because of its nature, 0 NPK. It's solid. You can put it in when you're, trying to, I tell people it helps with eliminating stress. So when you're repotting, you can use it for repotting. You can use it when you compost. You can use it when you are going and you're taking your little cuttings, you're propagating. You can use all of that. It helps stimulate your root system as well. So a lot of people just say, can I only use it in soil? No, you can also use it in your hydroponics. You can put it in your water. I mean, it's amazing because what I don't understand, and I think you guys can probably talk more to this than I can, but it's so rare and so, I guess, I don't understand, and this is a question for you guys, why soil amendments are not more, it's not more vocal or more knowledgeable in the plant world. And I don't want to talk about any particular brands, but plant food is all anybody ever talks about, not you guys, but the norms of like why what we should do. And so and again, I'm going to pose this question to you guys, is why isn't soil amendment such a secret, if you will?
All right, so I know Andre has a thought on this one. I have one as well. So Andre, you want to take it first, or you want me to roll?
Go ahead.
All right. So, and I got to show you something next because I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner, so I got to show you something. But we're getting beside the point. All right. So when it comes to NPK and fertilizers, why it's pushed so hard is because essentially propaganda and marketing. It's really good marketing because a a lot of people can easily grasp the concept of, hey, I eat food, my plants need food too. Oh, a little is good, more is even better. So it's one of those things where it's just an easy correlation that you can easily make in your brain, right? That you can easily say, well, I eat, so plants eat too. Let me add more of it. And so, yeah, like you said, not to especially call out any specific brands, but that's what we've been indoctrinated. And Andre, the reason why I was calling you out is because I remember a conversation we had last season where you were talking about a lot of the folks in other countries was like, talking about our American soil, saying that we focus so hard on putting so much nutrients in the soil, out in the Caribbean, we don't do that. Why do you guys do that in America? Do you remember that conversation?
Yes, I remember that a lot. Like, I plant a tree and I don't put anything in there. Well, yeah, you live on a volcanic island that's friggin' untouched and it's just pure black soil though everywhere, right? I live on a beach. So yeah, so it's going to be a little bit different here. But yeah, I think that it's a very interesting niche that you've filled because it is really an empty space. It's like a blind spot that we've had in gardening in this country, and I think that you're filling it perfectly. And I think that it's going to be a big success because I think once more people sort of realize that void is there, I think that it's going to be great.
Thank you.
I have some trees that I'm going to be transplanting, some pretty good sized mango trees that are tremendously stressed right now. And I've got to take them out in about 3 weeks or maybe 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks now. And I got to move them to another property. And I think I'm going to put the Thryve down there. I'm definitely going to give them some Thryve because they need everything to help them. Now, speaking of things that help your plants, we have another thing. Yeah.
I didn't give my answer. You skipped over me. You skipped over me. I didn't give my answer because I was going to say, because I went to school. So going to school for plant biology and horticulture, I learned about amendments and what things could actually be used and a more, I don't want to say a holistic approach, but a deeper approach into plant care, which impacts how I grow plants now, right? Because when you think of most people only think of fertilizer because that's all they know. Somebody tells them you fertilize the plant, you compost the plant, you cut it, you give it water, that's it. You throw some herbicides or pesticides around and that's it, right? But there's so much more that your plant can need when it comes to plant care. And amendments are just the most phenomenal things you can do because again, you're able to use them no matter how pricey they may be compared to a box of Blue Miracle powder, right? And use them to really impact your growing in a better way, right? Change how you grow and really impact how your plants are growing. But what were you going to say, Andre?
Well, I was going to say something, but now I'm going to say something else because someone asked in the comments, how do they order Thryve? That was a comment on Instagram.
Oh,
Thryve
thank
Roots.
you. So
Thryve
Thryve Roots,
Roots.
yes. So we are on thryveroots.com. You can order us on there. And then we also have a community, obviously, on Instagram. It's Thryve, Thryve Roots Squad. Our social media person, Stacy, she does an amazing job. She always has the link there. You can, buy from there. It's very easy. We do offer free shipping. And we sold out not too long ago on all the pints and the minis. So we do have pints back in stock and we have quarts. It's a beautiful product to try. And it, like I said, and you guys smell amazing. It smells amazing.
Awesome.
And I'm just going to say, your favorite urban gardener is, featured on the Thryve Roots Squad, fairly often.
Yes.
What's
Hey, Tony.
All right. We have not been sort of doing our housekeeping here, so I just want to mention a couple things. We have Retain, which is one of our sponsors. They are also all natural. So right now, none of my mango trees have any green leaves. So I'm going to be doing some hard pruning on those trees. And this is what I'm going to use to clean my shears to make sure I'm not transmitting any disease from tree to tree, to make sure that they're not getting rusty. It's a lubricant as well as a disinfectant. You can use this on pretty much anything. You use it on your fishing rods. You can use it on your fishing reels, your golf clubs. You can use it on pretty much anything. You get it at retainspray.com. I believe it's retainspray.com. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, retainspray.com. It's really good stuff. I use this stuff, and it smells like it's got oregano in it. It smells really good. The cool thing about all the products that sponsor our show is they're all organic, they're all natural, and all of them smell good. Like literally, like even the stuff you're cleaning with smells good. Like, speaking of smelling good, we have Sonia's bug spray here, which is also one of our sponsors. And this stuff smells amazing. It's made with lemongrass and a bunch of other really cool things. This stuff I use all the time. I have like 3 or 4 bottles of this in Mexico. I have this stuff everywhere. It's amazing. It feels like lotion. I've even used it as lotion in a pinch. And it's amazing. You can get it at soniasbugspray.com. It's also in the TikTok shop.
So wait a minute, guys. All right, so we're just glossing over something. Because Andre is talking about that he has to prune. I don't think you guys don't know Andre like I do. Andre is like Freddy Krueger in the garden. He will go and just mow things down, and so he's gonna probably be going through a lot of that retain because he will go drastic with his prune.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard reset for a lot of trees.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Like if you see my yard right now, like there is not a single green leaf on a mango tree. Like completely
what
brown.
about that? What about that one? Didn't you have one like a queen something mango? It was a new seed.
That is inside the greenhouse with the little portable heater. That's the only mango tree on this property that has green leaves on it right now. Yeah. That's in a pot. Everything in the ground, completely brown. They will all lose all of their leaves. We'll see how they bounce back, though. We'll see how they bounce back. I made a video this evening of the tree, but you know what's also happening? The pineapples. Pineapples are flowering like crazy right now. There's probably a few dozen pineapples with flowers in them right now. So that's cool. At least there'll be something. I'll eat pineapples all summer, I guess, apparently. No mangoes. Yeah. No, nothing good, just pineapples.
And
I love that you eat pineapples.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, because Andre has a very interesting palate.
But I only like foods that taste good. I only like foods that taste good. That's all.
Sure.
That has yet to be proven. Keep going.
No, the interesting thing, I love the fact that you said that the pineapples are flowering, because something that a lot of us may not realize is that pineapples are the only edible bromeliad. They're from the bromeliad family. So a lot of times when we buy like our ornamental plants and we're looking at the bromeliads, and that's a pineapple. Pineapple is from the same exact family, and that's why it flowers out the same.
Right. It's basically like an air plant. Like they don't require much at all. Like they don't need a lot of soil. They don't need a lot of water. They don't need to be fed. Like
I need that plant then.
100 times.
That's the plan I need. That's the plan I need. Okay, that's the plan I need because I'm working hard over here. That's the plan I need. And I can eat it. We just talking about there's no food in my refrigerator, so I can eat it too. I'm gonna get me one of those. That's my next plant. The hell with the Monstera. I'm gonna go on and get me one of those.
All you gotta do is buy a pineapple.
There you go. Well,
okay,
pineapple.
So yes, that's right. I gotta get to the store to buy it. I'm gonna buy the pineapple, eat it, stick it in there.
That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a video for you.
Now, speaking of Monsteras, I have a visual aid, because when Tiffany was talking about using Thryve Roots in different soil mediums or soil-less mediums, this is actually some Monstera Esqueleto, which in Spanish, Esqueleto stands for skeleton. This is Monstera Esqueleto cuttings. And I have these in my little, what did I call this last time, guys? Kind of forgot the name of it. Sure, propagation station. That's great. I have these cuttings in here. And what I have inside is not soil. This is a combination of Thryve Roots and long sphagnum moss. This is what's propagating the roots on, let me get in here closer.
Please show us.
These roots that's starting to grow. And I just put these in here like a week ago. Oh, look, I already have a new aerial root that's forming just from sitting down in this little propagation station.
Yes, aerial root.
No, thank you. Aerial.
And how moist are you keeping that?
It is just slightly damp. I mean, when we're talking about like the dampness of a wrung out sponge. This is not damp. I mean, it's super like we're not using a lot of it. And that's the great thing about this product. You don't have to use, you know, 2 and 3 cups per watering. Only a pour, just like a teaspoon amount in there. Mix it in with some water and put that in my sphagnum moss, and then boom, we got our propagation station. David Corey, yes, love my Monstera deliciosa. You're a man after my own heart.
There you go.
Mine are.
Tiffany have a YouTube channel.
Is that?
No, I do not have a YouTube channel. He said, does Tiffany have a YouTube channel? No, I do not have a YouTube channel. Don't say that. Don't say that too loud, or Stacy, who runs our social media, will be trying to get me on a YouTube channel. I'm not a face to camera person. I don't like it. I love you guys.
What are you talking about? You're like perfect on the camera right now.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, I struggle. Listen, I struggle. She tries to get me on that thing. So no, don't ask that too many times, because no, I do not have a YouTube.
She said she tries to get me on that thing. She tries to get me on the camera, and I told her no application on the social media is going to have me on that camera. Okay, they're gonna take my information and my credit card number, my social security number. AI's out there stealing people's faces. I ain't fit to do it. That's what she said.
That's what I said. Thank you, Derek. That's what I said. Just what he said. Stacy, if you listening, I know you are. That's what I said. What Derek said.
But Stacy hit me up, and I'm gonna talk to you about it, because Stacy hit me up so we can get on YouTube.
I used to be the same way as you. I used to not want to be on camera at all. Like not at all. Not to speak in front of anybody. None of that.
And this dude puts out like 50, 11 videos a day. Like, I cannot keep up with Andre. Andre got like 12 videos to come out. I'm still working on one. Like, and he don't like to be on camera.
No, I like it now. I like it now, right? But I didn't before. Like, I'll tell you. Here's how I like my first sort of chance to speak. Really was I got invited to do the like the commencement speech, be the keynote speaker, whatever, at a middle school graduation. And that was, I was in middle school. I was practicing, right? So,
you were in middle school, okay, yeah.
No, I was not in middle school, but it was middle schoolers and their parents I had to talk to. And the whole reason I did it was because, and the whole speech was about why I did the speech. And it was all about getting out of your comfort zone, because you can't grow if you stay in your bubble. You've got to be uncomfortable to grow. And that was what the whole speech was about.
You better preach.
It's interesting because that has strong correlations with plants, right? Plants need to have that trauma to really make them thrive. So when you're introducing the light, and when you're introducing the wind on your seedlings that are getting leggy, you're making them stronger. They have that resistance they're pushing through in the soil. So, dude, you're right. Putting them out their comfort zone, putting yourself out their comfort zone makes you grow.
All right, so now Tiffany's gonna start making videos.
Now, you know what? All y'all gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna put y'all all on YouTube with me since y'all done got me.
And look, I'll be up there.
Is it Stacy her name?
Stacy, yep.
All right, Stacy, if you're watching this, let's get Tiffany on some videos. All right, let's get her to work. All right, let's get it done.
So we got a question on the YouTube, and this is getting you ready, because you can know how this works when you talk to people on the YouTube, Tiffany, because Stacey gonna get you up there. This person wants to know how to get rid of gnat larvae, and this is the top 5 questions I always get when it comes to somebody trying to get rid of somebody's gnat. Usually I can show you the bag. We're going to pretend like I have it right here because it's in my car. Okay. I'm not walking down there. It's cold outside, but I usually have a bag, and it's yellow and it's orange, and it shows you that you can get the most orange. Orange. Say it with me, Andre. Orange.
Orange. I got it. It's orange.
There you go. You're going to be Eastern Carolinian before you know it. You get that orange in that yellow bag. Okay, 252 all day. You get that bag, and it is the mosquito bits, right? Or mosquito dumps. You put them into your water. Okay? A heaping tablespoon for every gallon of tepid water. If you know you have a high chlorine level in your water, either let it sit overnight or do like I do. I just heat it up, and then the chlorine evaporates. We can go into chloramines and all that stuff in your water, but we're not going to talk about that. And then you just water your plants with it. That is the best way to get rid of gnats in your soil without risking damaging your plants, because mosquito bits, the BT only impacts the gnat larvae and not your soil, not your plants.
All right, we have a couple questions here on Instagram. All right, we have guys, do you work there with black soldier flies for compost and food for animals on the farm. Well, I don't think any of us really have animals on the farm per se, but black soldier flies. Have you ever done anything with black soldier flies, guys?
I've seen what they're
like
talking
getting
about.
rid of
but I
them.
haven't.
No,
No, working with them for compost.
Yeah, people use them.
People use them.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you can make a system. You can make a system where you can feed your chickens. Like if you have chickens, and you can compost, and then the larvae and the soldier flies can feed your chickens, and then you get compost thereafter from just them basically getting to the stage of larvaeing out before they become full adults.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a lot of that applies to when you're talking about like a big compost pile, like the kind of compost that I do. Now, Andre, I'm not sure if you have a large compost pile, but a lot of the compost that I do is in place. Like usually a section of my beds will be a compost bin. So I'm not really making the big pile. So I think that whole search larvae, and yes, and incorporating, you know, of course, your fowl. Now, I will say, even though I don't have any chickens anymore because a bobcat wiped out my whole flock, I will be acquiring. Yeah, this happened a couple of years ago. I lost my flock, but Andre and I talked about this. I'm going to be acquiring some, I forgot the bird's name. Quail. Yes, I'm going to be getting some quails that my kids are going to be taking care of. So that's something worth looking into, because just like Derek was saying, using that waste from your fowl is a great way to compost and feed your soil as well. And it's not a hot fertilizer, so it won't burn your crops. But thank you, Just Scott. Appreciate that question.
We have one other question on the Instagram. We have, has anyone used coconut coir or as soil for seeds or seedlings?
Yeah,
100%.
I actually prefer it straight up for seedlings.
Yeah. What I'll do with my soil, with my seed starting medium, I will mix in cocoa coir. I'll do like a 50-50 split, maybe. Cocoa coir with some peat moss, and maybe sprinkle in some perlite in there for drainage. But that's my seed starting go-to mix.
Okay. And you prefer that over like a conventional seed starting mix that you just buy in a big store?
Yeah, and now don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with a traditional seed starting mix that you can buy from a store. It's all about your convenience level, right? I prefer to be hands-on. I'm a hands in the soil guy because I want to feel and be all there, you know, for everything. I'm here for all of them, right? But if you don't have time, lifestyle, or like, hey, I just need to start some seeds, yo. Go ahead and get the seed starting mix that you would get at store. I mean, it's not that expensive. I think it's about maybe $5 or $6. So it's nothing wrong with that at all.
Fine. And
I love it.
Right. And you work from home too, right?
I do work from home. So yeah, that's why I'm here to be for, you know, and everybody has a different lifestyle, right? So my kids are homeschooled. I work from home. I do have a job I have at night. But yeah, so I'm here during the day with myself, so I don't have to travel as much. So that's why I prefer to do everything right here.
All right, cool. And if you love it, it's not work, right? Like it's just fun.
Hey, no, playing in the dirt is always fun to me.
So you guys don't use any soil from the yard to mix with the cocoa coir? I haven't used cocoa coir yet, I don't think.
I have used a lot of coir, but I don't mix it with soil because all of us live in different areas. So like outside of here in Durham, North Carolina, Central North Carolina, it is very much a lot of clay, right? So I wouldn't, if I got that clay, it would be to increase the moisture retention, but that clay is hard to dig in. So I wouldn't mix it into my soil.
Let me ask you a question, because I might have used cocoa coir. Is there anything other than cocoa coir that comes in a brick and you add the water and it gets real big?
That's cocoa.
Generally, that's coir. Yeah.
Is there anything else that does that?
Not usually.
Okay.
But they can do peat moss like that, but generally they don't.
Okay, then I have used cocoa coir then. But
yeah, the bricks.
The bricks. Now, we have one more sponsor that we need to talk about tonight before this show's over.
Which sponsor is that, Andre?
Oh, that would be the sweet and spicy pepper sauce. This is my pepper sauce. That's me on the bottom right there. It's the sweet and spicy pepper sauce. You can get it at andrethefarmer@yahoo.com. It's all natural. And like every other thing that we've been talking about tonight, it's all natural and it smells amazing. but you can also eat this. I don't think you can eat any of the other things we talked about. This is the only one. It comes in hot and it comes in not so hot. It's on Amazon and it's also on AndreTheFarmer.com. And for the month of February, when you buy a pepper sauce, you get a free beanie. These beanies are $10. Pepper sauce is $10. But you buy a pepper sauce, you get a free beanie. It comes in this coconut cream, it comes in black, and it also comes in gray. Oh, he's got the gray one on right there. So check it out.
I had it on the whole time.
The best color.
There we go.
It really is. I've had this on the whole time. Y'all should have been paying attention. I've been wearing this the entirety of the show. So I don't know what you're even talking about. But you know, the hat is keeping my big head warm. And you know, if you want your big head to be warm in this ice cold weather, so you can know how to take care of your plants. If I was you, I'd go ahead and get one off of that AndreTheFarmer.com.
Or two.
I'll tell you
five.
what, it was 37 degrees this morning here. And this is Orlando, Florida, and it's practically March. 37 degrees. It's supposed to be like 36 or 38 tonight or something like that, some ridiculous number.
It's cold.
You know, I was telling Tiffany that I've traded climates with you guys because it was 72 today. I was out there soaking up the sun, planting some seeds and everything. And I'm in Dallas, and you have my weather.
This one just bragging.
Look at him.
You see this one? Gloating.
Oh,
you see
look
it?
at me. I'm in Texas. Beyonce's from here, and it was cold outside. I had my legs out today, and I was out there kicking my legs up in shorts and flip-flops. Look at me. I'm gray. I got the little microphone right here. I'm gray. That's how you sound. That's how you sound.
That's how you sound.
You know,
I mean, look at him. Look at him.
But Beyonce came by earlier, but I told her I was busy because I had to jump on the podcast. I'm my bad.
That part.
You said, I know that's Destiny's Child you come from, but I got a Destiny Child to go and talk to these people on this podcast. And that's what he told him. So we got another question here. Because, you know, I know Andre about sick of me going off on tangents. We got another one. He's been trying to get cherry blossoms or cherry tree cuttings to root. Is this something y'all have done? So I know I haven't, but have you or Gray, have y'all done cherries?
I'm going to say no, because even as far north as I am, being in zone 8B, it's still just not cold enough here for me for cherries. I've debated. I almost did it, but no, I can't do cherries out here. What about you, Andre? You're even warmer. Can you do cherries?
Yeah, we are not in that cherry zone. However, you know, most trees can be propagated. I would say most trees, most trees, well, not most trees. Most trees can be propagated from a cutting. However, some trees are very low percentage placed. And I would imagine a cherry is probably somewhere in the middle. Like, it's not going to be like hard like a mango tree or an avocado, but it's not going to be easy like a mulberry or something like that. I think it's going to be somewhere in between those two. And I think it's doable. You just have to have short segments. So I'd make sure you had like a 6 to 8 inch segment. You know, that's probably about maybe a magic marker thickness or somewhere between a magic marker and a pencil. And you want to make sure you scrape off the bark along that bottom part, give it some rooting hormone, and put it in some soil that's moist and never let that soil get dry. And I think you have a good chance. I might even want to even encapsulate the whole thing in a plastic bag and make a little. And I think if you did that enough times, you could get one to take.
Yeah. And I did a very last week. I actually recorded a similar video where I did propagations with citrus. So the same principles can apply. And what Andre is talking about, when you're taking your grafting knife or your razor blade and you're taking that new propagation, this is one of my stick mics. What you're doing
I thought that was your avocado tree.
It looked like the avocado.
The Temu one, yes.
Temu
avocado.
That's a C2mo. Y'all wrong out here. I ain't with y'all. I can't.
So what you're doing when you're doing those cuttings, make sure you're peeling back that first layer of skin or from bark, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to expose that cambium layer, that cellular layer. And by adding that rooting hormone right there to that skin, right below a leaf node, that's going to give you your highest probability of being able to root. So if you get the chance, go check out that video talking about how to propagate citrus cutting. The same principles should apply, but I know on Andre's YouTube channel, he is always propagating and cutting. No, I don't have an avocado. This is not an avocado tree. Thank you.
He does not.
This
Temu avocado.
That's negative.
It's got thorns on it.
That's negative.
This is. Do you have a car though? Do you got a car though, Tree? Do you got a car though? Because I need to go down the street. I got $5 on gas.
I got.
Do you got a car though?
So we're gonna call this
even a plant. That's a stick.
And find out what this is, Tree. But this is not an avocado. I'm still looking for one. I might have to go out down to Florida and steal one.
Go come down here. We might have to steal.
You wouldn't want my avocados right now. They have no leaf. My avocados look like the Temu avocado. Yeah. I might steal that one from you.
I don't think either of y'all need to steal that one from each other.
And
I think y'all
that's
just
saying
leave that one alone.
Right. Leave it where it's at. Leave it be. Like they say, leave well enough alone, as they used to say. Yeah.
But in this episode, we were talking with our wonderful guest Tiffany here, telling us more about Thryve Roots and all the benefits it has for our plants and for our gardens. We talked a little bit about macronutrients with your NPKs. We didn't really get to jump into micronutrients and so forth. And we're running short on time. So let us know in the comments, do you think we should carry on maybe a part 2 to this conversation where we pick up on micronutrients? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Well, I'm going to vote yes, because micronutrients are almost never talked about with plants.
They're not.
Like, people talk NPK all the time, but they never talk about micronutrients.
No.
Right. Yeah.
David says yes. There we
See,
go.
David,
So that's it. We got one yes. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. David Coir said that's it. So that's what we're doing.
David was trying to get me on a YouTube channel, so I don't know about David.
Netflix says yes as well. So we're talking micronutrients next time. We don't have much time.
Part 3 and 4. I love it.
Yeah, we don't have
you
much
got
time
it.
Now, what's the plans, guys? You guys have any big plans for the weekend?
It's funny because a lot of people say the euphemism, the phrase of burning the candles at both ends. Currently, I've been burning the candle. I'm not even burning at both ends. I'm just throwing it in a crock pot and I'm just melting that bad boy. I am doing everything. I'm filming videos with Epic Gardening. I'm filming my own content. I got plants to transplant. I'm just running the gamut. What about you guys?
Well, it's funny because we talked about Paige. Paige did a wonderful job promoting the product on her page, and we have just been busy. We have been extremely busy. We have been in the warehouse. We are actually on a warehouse move right now, so we are moving warehouses, which is insane right now. So we are in the process of moving warehouse. We're in the process of trying to get all the orders out. And then, they say like you're supposed to have a me day or a someday that's for yourself. I don't really know what that even means.
Right.
So, I have a me second. I guess that's the new thing, a me second. I don't get much. But yeah, I think we will be moving this weekend from our warehouse into our new warehouse. I'm thankful for everything that our customers and our community has given us. We are going to be doing some new events that's coming up. So we have a lot going on. So this weekend, it's just get up, drink some coffee, and get moving. That's my weekend plans. Yeah.
Now, earlier you mentioned about Paige, and for our viewers who may not be familiar with Paige, who is Paige again, and what did she do?
So Paige is Blossom Effect. I call her Paige, that's her name, but she's Blossom Effect on Instagram. She's on TikTok. She is amazing, and I will tell you guys, not just amazing as a content creator, right? Which is why AI was so frustrating for all of us to see them kind of copy her brilliantness and her great creativeness, but also she's a good person. So long story short, Paige is one of the very first people that put me on to the plant community. And so that's a story that we can talk about at another time, but she has always and continues to be a huge supporter of ours. She is very genuine. And when I tell you genuine as an individual, genuine in her plant journey. And if you aren't following her and you don't know her, she's different in her content than you guys, but she is amazing, amazing Black female. she has so many wonderful qualities around her. I can't rave her enough. And I'll just say, like, my heart goes out to her. She's doing wonderful things right now, but she's very knowledgeable in the plant space. And like I said, she was the one that put me on to a lot of this plant community. And I'm very grateful for it.
And now, speaking of that, you know, you gave Paige and Blossom Effect a wonderful shout out. But also, guys, if you're on Instagram, follow at Thryve Roots Squad as well.
Please
follow
do.
them as
Thank
well,
you.
please.
Yes.
And Andre, what are you doing this weekend, man?
Well, we are out of time. But I'm going to Atlanta. My son's birthday, so we're driving to Atlanta. So we'll be back next week. Yeah, that's it. But guys, we're out of time. We will see you guys.
You don't get to talk.
I know I don't know what I did to Andre today. He just be like, F Derek. I was just playing. It's way too long, but I'm so glad we was here, and I was so grateful to have Tiffany here. I was gonna mention that after. I was like, well, Lord, I talked about the man having watermelon in 2,000 acres, and this is what he do to me. But it be your own people. But I am so glad we had Tiffany here on today. And I was so grateful for us to be able to see a Black woman doing phenomenal things in plant amendments. Look into soil amendments, party people. That is my last words for you. Look into them. That's all I have to say.
Thank you guys
for watching. Appreciate all of you guys for all your support. You can catch the replays on my Instagram, my YouTube. I think these guys Instagram, YouTube as well, and it will be eventually on Spotify and Apple as well. All right, see you guys next week.
3 weeks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.